Welcome back, friends. Last guy for your time. Do this. Here we go. No Sasato voice. It's kind of a good thing, because that voice was not the best voice, was it? It's my go-to girl voice, though. When I awoke the following morning, Sasato's-san was already gone. Outside the window, the rain came down in sheets. And so began an even longer day than the last. One that I would remember for the rest of my days. 17th of April, 9:32 a.m. The Old Bailey Defense Antechamber. Doesn't have the code anymore. Good morning, Gina. I'm determined to prove your innocence today. I'm sure we can do it. So where's your friend then? Sorry. You know, in the fancy dress. Sasato, however you say it, I don't know. Ah, Mrs. Sato had to leave early this morning. She was already gone by the time I woke up. You're right with that, are you? Forget about me if you like. Go and see her off. It's fine. It's not as though Mrs. Sato and I won't meet again. One day. Even so. But you, Gina. You only get one chance. This trial today is all we have. Good morning, you two. I'm going with him. No, it's her. She was my second guess. Hey, come on, you two. How you feeling, Guinea? Did you manage to sweep? Meow. Nice. What are you doing here? She's new assistant. What do you mean? When a friend is in need, we show our support. Isn't that right, Waggy? Meow. Waggy? Great way to show your support, kitty. Let him have a nose around. What you gonna do? Oh, that reminds me. I bought the paper on the way here. Now, would you like the good news or the bad news? What do you say, Uno? Guinea? Oh, well, I think I'd rather get the bad news out of the way first. Nah, always take the good news first. You might not live to hear the bad. Oh, nice way to put it. Yes, that question always gives people, away people's personalities. Let's not go there. Alright then, I'll give you the bad news first. A record amount of rain has fallen this morning, and all carriages over the capital are struggling to move. Huh? The bad news was a weather report? I heard that Susie made a train to Dover and that train isn't to wait on its way to the port. Huh, yeah. Alright then, so what's the good news? Well, the rain is forecast to subside this afternoon. So if the train is to wait, they should be able to make up for the time later. So that delay is going to allow us to go say bye to her? Well, that is good news, isn't it? I feel like you have to go bad first for the good. I couldn't give a monkey's, really. If only all good news cancelled out the bad. Now look, this trial has made the headlines too. Pawnbroker perishes in pick press plunder, see? How'd you like that? Well, let them say what they want. See if I care. I can't because you're covering your face. Don't worry, Luna will soon show everyone that this headline is nonsense. I will? And then in tomorrow's papers, the headlines will be Discharge driver is dauntless do-gooder. Isn't that right, Uno? Oh, yeah, let's hope so. Of course I will. I have absolute faith in you. How was that? I was trying to sound like Susie. Did it work? Did it? It's like she was still here. Today's paper has been... Okay, that's going to be relevant. Take a look at it. Take a look again. Good luck then, Uno. I'll do what I can. Take a look at this paper. Why are we taking a look at this paper, though? Oh, take a look at this first. Hey, we looked at this already. Okay. This. Pawnbroker perishes in pickpocket purse plunder. Pawnbroker perishes in purse plunder. How awful for Guinea, I mean. But tomorrow's headline will be Discharged Diver's Dauntless Do-Gooder, right? Yes, something like that. If possible, I'd like to go even bigger. Bigger? How? Bomb pickpocket protects planet post-trial, perhaps. Protects planet? Oh, I can't wait for tomorrow now. It's going to be so great. What? There's gotta be something on the other side, right? Doesn't look like there's anything on the other side. What year is this? What year is this again? What year are we in? We're in 18-something, right? That image just looks like a reference to something. Oh, it's here. Subsidiary hide or classified secrets may have been leaked overseas from Ministry of Justice. What is this? It's a sensational story all over down the front pages. Well, look. Ministry Mo, classified secrets may have been leaked overseas from Ministry of Justice. For a 10-year-old, Iris certainly has her finger on the pulse of world news. It's about secret communications between Great Britain and its allies. Apparently they're being intercepted by hostile nations. Communications are being intercepted? But how would somebody be doing that? That's the question, isn't it? I've come up with 3 different possible methods so far. Are you looking for a new career, Bruno? No, of course not. I wonder. Perhaps this is what Lord Strongheart was talking about yesterday. Yes, it could be, and it could explain why he has Gregson running from pillar to post at the moment. Ah, there it is. This morning's paper now contains something about secrets. Alright. Curious. Alright. Good work then, Wuno. I'll do what I can. Obviously, I don't know the wall like Susie does, but still. Well, Zuka, I'll be by your side the whole time, giving you more support and encouragement. I'm not sure that big thing is as comforting as you think it is, to be honest, but... Thank you, Iris. That's very kind of you. Oh yeah, Iris. Yes, Kenny? Well, I was wondering is all about Sholmes. Did they fix him up right? Yes. The operation was a great success. But Harry still hasn't come around yet. Eh? I've asked a friend of mine at Scotland Yard to send a telegram as soon as he wakes. I'm sure Gregson would let us know the moment there's news. Oh, alright. No Sasada-san and no Mr. Sholmes. It's all down to me today, to prove that Gina is innocent of this crime. And also, maybe Iris? Iris is better than Sholmes anyway. Miss Gina Lestrade, counsel for the defense. The trial is about to begin. Please make your way into the courtroom. It's time then. Yes, let's go, Gina. Iris. Lead the way, Bruno. Poor Gina. She's trying to put on a brave face, but I can tell she's worried and scared. I have to believe in her from start to finish. That's the weapon that will secure our victory here. If I learnt anything from my great friend, it's that... thing. Okay, what did we learn? What did we learn? 7th of April, 10 a.m. The Old Bailey courtroom. Oh yeah, who are the jurors this time? They brought in some old ones and new ones, huh? Okay. In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session. This trial shall determine the guilt or innocence of Miss Gina Lestrade. I now call upon the counsels for the prosecution and defense to declare their willingness to proceed. Righty, Santa. What the hell was his voice? Ah, crap. Obviously he was coming up. Obviously he was going to come up again. What is his voice? Oh yeah, bored vampire, right. But not I want to suck your blood kind. The prosecution is ready. The defense is ready. Oh, Lord Von Zeeks. My lord. Remind me, how many years ago was it that you withdrew from the public prosecution service? It was some 5 years ago, my lord.
Yes, and then 2 months ago you resurfaced somewhat unexpectedly, and here you are again today. Are there some circumstances of which the court should be aware that have led to this erratic behavior? In what one might describe as your former life 5 years ago, you dealt exclusively in matters concerning with the highest echelons of society and government.
Really?
Yet today you choose to try a simple case of burglary and murder. I confess I find it more than a little befuddling, Counsel.
There are 2 types of person I cannot abide. Firstly, those wealthy scoundrels who hide behind a mask of philanthropy to cheat the public at large. It means Mr. McGilden, who you defended against the Weeper 2 months ago. Yes, I just about managed to work that out, thank you. Magnus McGilden. If I'd known what a monster he was, I never would have defended him. And secondly, even more loathsome. Those wily scoundrels who masquerade as allies only to effect total betrayal in the final hour. In other words, the confidence tricksters from those tiny islands in the Far East. The Nipponese. Racism! Alright, when this happened? Okay, now he just wants to fight the Japanese people, okay. What? Did he really just say that? He means you now, Uno. Is that so? Alright. I actually managed to work that one out, too. Thank you, Iris. Total betrayal? What are you talking about? It's about the secrets. That torrid look of hatred in Lord Von Zeke's eyes. Was that directed solely at me? Or was he talking about all Japanese people? How racist is this man?
An alarmingly scathing explanation, Lord Von Zeke's. Still, the judiciary welcomes the return of the so-called Reaper of the Bailey, feared by all London's malefactors.
Your lordship is too kind.
Now, Joes, the 6 of you have been selected at random to represent the will of the people in this trial.
Alright, we got... What the fudge is he doing here? Look who it is! Okay, I didn't expect Rasputin to show up. Really? Yeah. Also, apparently that old man's a doctor? Now, what is that lady doing now? Okay, there's so many questions here. Look at the maid's in her spot again. But, what? Why is Rasputin here? Okay, voices that need to happen are going to be tough. Okay. It's going to be an amazing trial.
Are you ready to hear the evidence placed before you and determine the guilt or innocence of the defendant? Former lieutenant in the British Army here, don't you know? Chaps like me were born ready.
Clean crockery, clean cutlery, and clean conscience. His lordship's motto is very appropriate here, I think.
Now, what's this about? Everything will be stereoscopic in the future. Absolutely everything. And I'm ready for it. I don't understand it. I can't have left. Okay. What's the old man voice? Why was that the voice?
I don't understand it.
Where's my old man voice?
I'm an old man. I'm an old man with a different voice this time. Alright, okay. I don't understand it. I can't have left it in there. It's not possible, but could I have? Women indispensable in society, stop. Female-centric future awaits, stop.
Okay, how do you do Rasputin? Good day. I am visiting London for sightseeing. I would like to take bus to Crystal Tower, please.
Okay. How is this case going to reach the Crystal Tower? Because it's going to happen. Or has the Crystal Tower been a red herring? Is something wrong, Uno? Oh, not exactly. It's just... I'm fairly sure I recognize these jurors. Almost all of them, in fact. There's only one I don't recognize, the third guy. Really? Funny coincidences like that do happen from time to time, don't they? But it is quite strange. The jurors are chosen at random from 1 in 6 million inhabitants, you know. So I've been led to believe, but something tells me I'm being duped. I know, Rasputin's a really weird choice.
Very well, now Lord Von Zeeks. The court calls upon the prosecution to introduce the facts of the case. Okay, that voice totally changed. As you wish, my lord. Allow me to begin with a word of warning to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury. In short, there has never been a more self-evident case of cold-blooded murder. Okay. The victim, Mr. Pop Windybank. Pop Windybank? Proprietor of a pawn shop on Baker Street, was shot from behind and died instantly. The prosecution presents this photographic print of the crime scene. As the court will observe, there is a single bullet wound just below the gentleman's left shoulder. The evidence suggests that the bullet pierced the man's heart, resulting in near instant death. Moving on to the findings of Scotland Yard's coroner, his report states that the bullet entered the body on a rising diagonal trajectory. So she was shorter than him, yeah, okay. And what's that supposed to tell us? Someone shorter shot him. It means the victim was likely shot by someone significantly shorter in height than himself. Someone. Like the accused, you might say. Oh! The prosecution wishes to present the autopsy report and crime scene photograph as evidence, my lord. Is that voice too quiet? Indeed, the court accepts. Hand them to the bailiff, please. It's not very... Like, the Santa, I think it was got a deeper voice, but yeah, we're going with this. We're going with this. He's supposed to just be cheerier than the normal voice. The normal judge voice. Instant death, by the way. Crime scene photograph added as well. Let's look at both of those. I now ask the court to turn its attention to this plan of the establishment where the incident occurred. Later, let's look at these things before I forget. Autopsy report. Pop Windybank. Dr. Stevens is the coroner. There's the coroner. Pawnbroker on Baker Street, 1 to 1:30 a.m. Reporting party was us. Single bullet wound in upper half of victim's back. No other visible signs of trauma. Post-mortem findings. Autopsy findings. Instant death from a posterior anterior bullet wound to the heart. The bullet entered the body from the back on a gently rising diagonal trajectory. The corpse. How come there's no blood here? It's all in the front. I wonder. I now ask the court to turn its attention to this plan of the establishment where the incident occurred. The proprietor was found in the storeroom where he kept articles pawned to him. A windowless room with a single point of entry, a door to the main shop that was found locked. In this sealed chamber, there were only 2 persons present. The victim, Mr. Windybank, and the accused. It may further interest the court to know that when the accused was discovered at the scene, she had in her hand the gun used to fire the fatal bullet. Pretty shot. Well, that's that then, isn't it? Nothing more to say. Isn't that grubby little girl a pickpocket anyway? She is one of those filthy drabs that live in the slums in the East End. Oh, well, that was only a matter of time before she got blood in her hands then. What are the jurors waiting for? The girl's guilty as hell. We can't jump to conclusions here. We mustn't assume her guilt because of what she has to do to survive. Where'd the wine come from? My learned Nipponese friend. If it is you who mustn't jump to conclusions. The prosecution has barely begun presenting its case. Huh? Conveniently, its appalling act of murder did not go unobserved. There were witnesses. Good gracious! After their testimony, this girl's true nature will be exposed. Pitiful pick-purse, or cold-blooded killer. Here's to establishing the truth. The court will take the floor plan and firearm into evidence. Hand them to the bailiff, please, Lord Von Zeeks. At once, my lord. Crime scene for... I like how this guy's had so many voices, by the way. I'm liking this one at the moment, though. Alright. A gun! Let's take a look at that. This isn't good. Let's take a look at them. Floor plan. Yeah, they're in here. Not really much we can do about that. Alright. An upside-down gun. This is Mr. Windybank's gun. The cylinder is completely empty. Mr. Windybank always used to keep this gun on hand, on his ship counter. Yes, but only ever with a single bullet loaded, I understand. That's right, they keep all the pawned articles that were in his cast safe. But this one bullet was fired that night. And the poor man lost his life. Was he protecting the shop, I wonder? Trying to keep the articles safe? Nothing there, okay. Is there anything we can look at? Looking down the barrel of a gun, son of a gun. Nope, nothing there. That's the trigger. Can we look at the trigger? No. No, I get. Maybe there's nothing here. Or later on there'll be blood to spray or fingerprints, something like that. We'll see. Check the chamber. Nope. Okay. Pull out. This is fruitless. There's no fruit on this gun. Okay. This isn't good. I feel like the mood in here has turned very gloomy all of a sudden, Bruno. I think that's because it has. Alright, cape out. Let us begin. Bring forth the witnesses to the foul murder of Mr. Pop Windybank on 16th April of this year. It's gonna be... Who the balls? Who the balls? By the way, whatever happened to those two people during the third case, right? During the fourth case. What happened to those two? Witnesses, state your names and occupations for the court. Name's Nash Skulkin. My occupation is baddie. Professional baddie. Name's Ringo Skulkin. Occupation's same as him. Tobias Gregson, Scotland Yard Inspector. That's right. We're what they call... Oh my god. The three Skulkin brothers. There's only two of them. They're looking at him. Huh? What are you looking at me for like that? Don't let me in with you lot. God blimey, that's cool. Don't you know what we're going for? It's our older bruv. Lost contact with him we have. And we're scouring every shady corner of the old capital. And then last night we come across you, the very spit of the bloke. Ain't that right, Ringo? He is, Nash, he is. The very spit of him. A pear and an apple? So we decided then what we was going to do was we was going to call you. Get right in the fruit. Well, who said that? Get Nash is the bigger one. Big bruv Sulky. Come on, leave it out, you two. Sulky Skulkin? And that's before he's run out of chips. Well then, Inspector Sulky Gregson. Begging your pardon, my lord, but the name's Tobias. What I would like to know, Inspector, is what are you doing in the witness stand? The Skulkin brothers are currently under arrest, my lord, on suspicion of theft. Thieves, are they? These three? No, my lord. Begging your pardon, but please don't lump me in with this lot. 2 nights ago, these two brothers illegally entered an establishment with intent to burgle. And in the course of their nefarious activities, they became embroiled in a far more sinister crime. By Jove, you mean to say, what an extraordinary coincidence! Indeed, my lord. While attempting to burglarize the pawnbrokery, they witnessed its proprietor's murder. Got a box! Even shorter. Orders. The various trespasses of these brothers is not subject of today's proceedings.
though they will naturally face trial in the very near future. With your lordship's permission, I'd like to remain in the stand to keep these gents on the straight and narrow.
Of course, Inspector. Skeptical as I am about the caliber of these witnesses, I will permit them to take the stand. Mr. and Mr. Skulkin, you will now testify before the court. Describe the events of the night in question. What exactly you saw.
That's the time? Okay. Happy to! Because the Skulkin's never Skulkin.
Look at him. Yep!
Get out of it! Get out of it. There you go.
Witness testimony. Illegal entry. Jeez. Okay, after this testimony and the pushing and everything, that's when we'll stop. Because we're not that far in. Okay. We was walking down Baker Street in the small hours, and the Gap's door was ajar, see?
It was like some kind of sign begging for us to go in, it was.
But once we got inside, core blimey lummy, we heard a gunshot from the back room.
We went to see what was what, but the door was locked from the inside.
We never done nothing, Governor. We never took nothing. We just left after that, nice and quiet.
That guy is sure enough to do the shot.
A terrible coincidence it would seem. At the precise moment these miscreants entered the property, an even more sinister crime was afoot.
The witness's testimony is consistent with the crime scene in every detail. The door providing access to the storeroom from the main shop was indeed locked from the inside. And within, only the victim and the accused were found.
I must say, it does appear to be an overwhelmingly simple case. Still, the defense may cross-examine the witnesses now, of course. Counsel, if you please. Counsel?
Yes. What's the matter, Wuna? Sorry, I was just stunned in the silence for a minute by the blatant lies being told by the pair on the stand. I know that's all nonsense because I saw it with my own eyes. I'll just have to expose their testimony for the pack of lies it is. Cross-examination. Illegal entry. Piss. The front door of Windybanks was ajar, you say. What time of night was this? Must have been a bad one, right, Ringo? Yeah, I'd say so, right, Skokie? How would I know? The place would have been shut at 1 in the morning, just like every other shop in town.
Well, it was pitch black inside, it's true. Ain't that right, Ringo?
I'm not so sure, Nash. It seems to remember a little light burning inside. What about you, Soka, the old mucker? Leave me alone. There definitely was a small lamp burning inside. That's what alerted us to the situation in the first place.
And when these gentlemen ventured into the open establishment, the accused, Miss Gina Lestrade, already had the muzzle of her gun trained. The unfortunate victim.
Objection!
That is pure conjecture!
Perhaps. But it changes nothing. These brothers inadvertently wandered into the middle of a cold-blooded murder. Simply because they found the door of the victim's establishment open and ventured inside.
Right, that's what happened. Reese? What are you trying to suggest? That you had to go in?
Well, God moves in mysterious ways, they say, don't they, Ringo?
They do, Nash, they do. Must have been some sort of providence, I reckon. God's will often presents itself as a whim of the thieves, does it?
There weren't no whim, I'm dead sure of that.
It weren't, Nash, it weren't. Like we said at the time.
You don't just find doors open in the middle of the night, like that. Nah, there's no two ways about it.
It was a sign that our long-lost brother was inside. They're not very good wires, are they? Well, you can't deny it. It led us to a bloke what looks like our bruv. I said cut it out. Those chips are getting a chomping today. Press. A gunshot, you say? Just the one? Are you sure about that?
Yep, just the one, Governor. I can swear to that.
It was. No, Nash, it was. Ain't that right, bruv? The firearm used belonged to the victim himself. Yes, Mr. Windybank always used to weave his gun wiring around the counter. Right, I remember. When we examined it, we found the revolver was completely out of rounds. That makes sense. Mr. Windybank always used to say he only ever kept a single bullet with it. That's true. I remember him saying that as well.
So we can say that with considerable certainty that only a single round was discharged from the firearm used as the murder weapon.
Yes, my lord, we can.
And I should remind the court that the firearm in question was discovered in the hand of the accused.
Wonderful. Next press.
Do you mean the door between the main shop and the storeroom? If my learned friend is having difficulty grasping the situation, perhaps a drawing would help. Excluding the shop's entrance from the street, there is only one other door. That is the storeroom. Of course, there was only a little oil lamp burning, not much to see by.
And the door was hidden behind a curtain and all.
That's right. When we arrived, the door was mostly obscured by the curtain.
Tell me, why exactly did you try to open that door?
Any normal petty thief would run at the sound of a gunshot, I should think. Oh, well, your turn to rabbit, Ringo?
Well, Nash, yeah. I suppose you'd have to say we ain't normal, eh?
Broadly speaking, humans respond in one of two ways on hearing a gunshot or scream. The timid flee, gripped by fear, while the courageous investigate to see if they might help. These gentlemen are of the latter inclination. My learned Nipponese friend, it would seem, is of the former.
Alright, somehow I just proved that I was a coward that night.
Thank you, counsellors. So I believe we all understand the door was locked and could not be opened. Proceed, witnesses.
Hold it!
You didn't do or take anything? Is that your story? Well, that was bedlam soon as, wasn't it?
It was, Nash, it was. Didn't even have time to pull me dukes out me Lucy lockets.
So with no time to take your hands out of your pockets, you just left nice and quietly, you say? That's right, Governor. Not when we ain't more than violence. Peace-loving nibblers we are, not bulgers. Bludgers.
Yeah, Nash, yeah. Never even pulled me dukes out me Lucy lockets.
Oh my god. So you'd clearly like us to believe... come on, come again. As you fled from the pawnbrokers that night, did you not run into anyone else? There were 2 gunshots, weren't there? I already forgot about Sholmes. And you did not fire a gun at that person? Saints alive, they fired a gun, you say? Blimey, Governor.
You ain't telling us it was you in the doorway.
It was.
Why the bleeding, Nora?
Didn't you mention it before? You were armed with a gun. And as you fled the scene, you fired that gun. At London's greatest detective, Herlock Sholmes. They shot the great Mr. Sholmes? I did hear that, actually. There was a rumor he'd been rushed to hospital. The great Sholmes? That's beyond the pale. On the night in question, this pair were arrested by the police within minutes of the discovery of the crime scene. Their suspicious countenance rapidly gave them away. And when searched, a firearm was indeed found in their possession. But, oh! Furthermore, the barrel shows signs of a shot having been fired from it. The prosecution invites his lordship to examine the firearm recovered from these brothers. Yes, indeed. Remnants of powder around the muzzle, as you say, counsel. The court will hold this weapon as evidence. Oh, the Skulkin brothers' gun has been possessed. I guess take a look at it. Line it up. Now, my learned Nipponese friend. Take a look. Whoop! Gun! It's a longer gun. Anything on here we can use? Oh, look like it. Okay, just take a look at the gun. So there's ammunition still loaded in 5 of this revolver 6 cylinders?
Yes, which tells us that only a single shot has been fired from it.
Exactly.
The boat that hit Hurley, in fact, isn't it?
Yes, it happened almost as soon as we'd walked in through Windybank's door.
I'll make those boys pay.
Don't whip out that bazooka right now. Now, my learned Nipponese friend. Yes? Here's to your successfully presenting the evidence.
Huh?
Oh yes, there are the telltale signs of spent powder on this gun and a single bullet missing from the cylinder. But the prosecution demands evidence that it was fired at the scene of the crime under scrutiny in this trial.
Objection!
How am I gonna... Well, I don't need evidence, because I was there.
Objection!
However, the rest of us in this courtroom were not. If the defense fails to provide evidence in support of its rash claim, we shall have no choice but to toast your incompetence and move on. Really? You know, Sholmes is in the hospital, and there's the bullet from that. And because the evidence is not at court, you know, this is what recesses are for, right? Like, the biggest problem with the Phoenix games are they make the law look really, really stupid. Really stupid. Very stupid. Evidence that these two fired that gun before they left Windybanks that night? The court demands that all claims are affirmed with clear proof. What evidence shows that these witnesses unloaded a firearm in the pawnbroker shop that night? Well, let's take a look at things. What do I got? 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 That might help me in this case. Alright. How come this gun isn't just that proof, right? The gun itself, I can only assume. Go for it.
Take that!
The evidence is this. Ah, damn it. Oh, no. You perplex me, counsel, by looking so pleased with yourself despite this quite displeasing answer. Ah. My learned friend has a knack for it, my lord. It seems presenting nothing as though it were something is a favorite trick of the Nipponese conjurer.
Huh.
Ah.
Well, I know it takes a certain genius to give such a completely wrong answer, personally.
The kind of genius I could really do without. Time to think again. Alright, what the balls do I have? I wouldn't be this. Wouldn't be this. Oh, it would be this! It's Sholmes' blood, isn't it? This is probably Sholmes' blood. Present.
Take that!
The evidence is in this portfolio. What on earth have you there, Counsel? During the course of our investigations, we discovered a number of bloodstains. Not trusting the police to do the job they're trained to do. How arrogantly Nipponese of you. Well, anyway, we analyzed all the blood samples we found and recorded the results in this portfolio. And you claim to have the evidence the court is demanding therein? Yes, my lord. No more dallying then, Counsel. Present the pertinent evidence at once. What do you have in your portfolio that proves these witnesses unloaded a firearm at the scene?
It's right there.
Right there! Which this one?
Take that!
What is that? Explain!
It's a photographic print taken at Windybank's pawnbrokery on the day of the incident.
From the scene of the crime, is it? Is that a bullet hole? And if my eyes do not deceive me, it appears a bullet is still lodged there.
Yes, as your lordship noticed. The bullet pierced Mr. Windybank's calendar. The date shown being the 16th of April, the very day of the pawnbroker's death.
The incident occurred at 1 hour after midnight. But this indicates that a separate shot has been fired sometime after the calendar has been set to the 16th.
That's right, and while it isn't irrefutable, the defense believes. This is credible evidence that the witnesses did fire a round from their gun in the pawnbrokers that night. Ah!
Order! How does the prosecution stand, Lord Von Zieks?
Drink. If that is the direction my learned friend wishes to take, the prosecution has no objection. What? But you'll forgive me for flinging my hallowed chalice aside in disgust at the repugnancy it exposes. Yes, on the night in question, these brothers entered the pawnbrokery illegally, and like the bold baddies they claim to be, opened fire on the new arrivals before fleeing back onto the street.
Eh? Take it easy there, Governor. You're gonna land us in the soup.
We had a deal. You weren't gonna get him into the details. Tell him, Sulky. Let's set the bloke straight. I have nothing to add. So he knew, did he? Von Zieks knew their testimony would almost certainly expose the extent of their crimes. It would seem now that I owe my learned Nipponese friend a word of gratitude. What do you mean? What I mean is that you have helpfully confirmed an important fact.
What fact do you refer, Lord Von Zieks?
As has been established at the point of their arrest, a single shot had been fired from the brother's gun. However, if that shot found its target in Mr. Sholmes, then clearly these witnesses cannot be accused of the fatal shooting of the proprietor and victim.
Yeah, I knew that was coming.
Ah! In other words, these two men have no material connection to the murder of Mr. Windybank at all. So that's it.
What the There it is, jeez. That's it, we didn't have nothing to do with it.
We didn't, Ash, we didn't. That's what I reckon. Your crimes include unlawful entry, intent to steal, perjury, and let us not forget attempted murder. Quite a catalogue, eh, fellas? We're in for it now, bruv. Now then, let us take a moment to consider the aforementioned great detective, Mr. Horlock Sholmes. Herlock Sholmes. It would seem the man patronized the pawnbrokers in question somewhat regularly. Where's he going with this? Mr. Sholmes appears to take pleasure in tinkering with eccentric machinery. Eccentric? Says who? Not me, don't give me that look. He installed a pair of machines like this one in the victim's shop. Oh yeah, I forgot all those. That's one of Howie's right-handed recorders.
What is that, Council? I totally forgot about those. It has the appearance of a photographic contraption.
As your lordship has surmised, it is indeed a camera attached to a small timing device. Every half an hour it automatically photographs the interior of the establishment. The idea being that if a thief were to break into the shop, he would be caught red-handed. If they only broke in at the 30-minute marks. Prosecution has obtained the photographs taken by the device on the night in question. 8 p.m. 8:30, 9, 9:30. As the court will observe, copious identical prints are produced in quite desultory fashion.
Rather prodigal, I feel.
In fact, there are 2 such devices in the victim's shop, my lord. If I may refer the court to the plan of the premises, their respective positions are here and here.
Okay. You say these cameras produce a print every half hour. I'm afraid I fail to see how that would help if the anticipated thief conducted his activities in one of the many 30-minute intervals.
One can only pray that the would-be criminal lingers, my lord. On the night in question, the witnesses currently in the stand were not caught on camera. Hey, that's a bit of Friar Tucker, eh, bruv?
Hey, look, loves a skulking. Witnesses, at what time did your trespass begin?
It must have been about just after 1, right, bruv? Must have been, Nash, must have been. Yeah, just gone 1. In which case, minutes before these brothers entered the establishment, what scene might we expect to see within the shop? Let us examine the evidence.
Oh, shit! Oh, no! Oh, no! Oh, good lord!
That's the perfect spot. Cliffhanger, stop. Let's go. Stopping it here. Oh, my balls. That is the worst possible time for that picture, Gina. But he's standing in front, so he doesn't have his back to her right there, so what the hell? Oh my god! Oh my god! That is the worst! Worst time! Are you kidding me? Alright, that's it for now. Oh my god. I had fun, hope you're watching, that's what... I had fun, hope you had fun watching, that's what's all about, it? Having fun. Thanks for coming by, and see you next time. What the balls? What the balls is that timing? Oh! Okay, I need to oil this chair already.